Anatomy of the reproductive system. The anatomy of the reproductive system plays a role in the process of producing offspring and regulating sexual function. The male and female reproductive systems have different structures and functions, but both contribute to the reproductive process in complementary ways. The following is a detailed explanation of the anatomy of the male and female reproductive systems. 1. Male reproductive system. The male reproductive system consists of organs that produce sperm and male sex hormones, as well as organs that transport and store sperm for fertilization, which consist of testes. The testes are the main organs in the male reproductive system that function to produce sperm and the male sex hormone, testosterone. Testis structure. The testes consist of many seminiferous tubules that function to produce sperm. The testes are located in the scrotum, scrotal sac, which keeps the temperature of the testes lower than body temperature to support sperm production. Testicular function. In addition to producing sperm, the testes also produce the hormone testosterone, which plays a role in the development of male secondary sexual characteristics, e.g. deeper voice, facial and body hair growth, and muscle mass development. B. Epididymis. The epididymis is a long, curved tube above and behind the testes that functions to store and mature sperm produced by the testes. Function of the epididymis, namely, sperm produced by the testes are immature and cannot move. In the epididymis, sperm mature and gain the ability to move, motility. C. Vas deferens. The vas deferens is a long tube that connects the epididymis to the urethra and functions to transport mature sperm from the epididymis to the urethra during ejaculation. D. Seminal glands. Seminal vesicles. The seminal glands are two glands located behind the bladder. These glands produce fluid that makes up most of the semen. Function of the seminal glands, namely, the fluid produced by the seminal glands contains fructose, which provides energy for sperm, as well as chemicals that help sperm survive in the female reproductive tract. E. Prostate gland. The prostate gland is located below the bladder and surrounds the urethra. This gland produces prostatic fluid, which is part of the semen. Function of the prostate gland, namely, prostate fluid has alkaline properties that help protect sperm from the acidic environment in the female reproductive tract and increase sperm motility. F. Bulbourethral glands, Cowper's glands. The bulbourethral glands, or Cowper's glands, are two small glands located near the base of the penis. These glands produce a lubricating fluid that is released before ejaculation. The function of the bulbourethral glands is, the fluid produced by these glands serves to clean the urethra from urine residue and helps lubricate the urethra during ejaculation. G. Penis. The penis is a male external organ that functions to expel sperm and urine from the body through the urethra. Penis structure, namely, the penis consists of three main parts: a penis root, the part connected to the body, b. penis shaft, the main part that can enlarge and harden during erection, c. penis head, glans penis, the most sensitive tip of the penis and is protected by the foreskin in uncircumcised men. Penis function, namely, the penis is used to ejaculate sperm into the vagina during sexual intercourse and to expel urine from the body. 2. Female reproductive system. The female reproductive system consists of internal and external organs that function to produce eggs, provide a place for fertilization, and support fetal development during pregnancy, which include ovaries. The ovaries are the main female reproductive glands that function to produce egg cells, ovum, and female sex hormones, namely estrogen and progesterone. Ovarian structure. Namely, the ovaries are located on both sides of the uterus and function to produce egg cells, as well as hormones that regulate the menstrual cycle and pregnancy. Ovarian function, namely, in addition to producing egg cells, the ovaries also produce hormones that play a role in the development of female secondary sexual characteristics and regulating the menstrual cycle. B. Fallopian tubes. The fallopian tubes are two tubes that connect the ovaries to the uterus. This tube is where fertilization of the egg by sperm usually occurs. Function of the fallopian tubes. After ovulation, the egg will pass through the fallopian tubes to the uterus, and if sperm reaches the egg, fertilization can occur here. C. Uterus. The uterus is a hollow, pear-shaped organ located in the middle of the pelvis and functions as a place for the development of the fetus during pregnancy. Structure. The uterus consists of several parts. 1. Fundus, the upper part of the uterus. 2. Corpus, the main body of the uterus. 3. Cervix, the lower part of the uterus that connects the uterus to the vagina. Function of the uterus, namely, the uterus is the place where the fetus develops during pregnancy. The inner lining of the uterus, called the endometrium, thickens to prepare for the implantation of a fertilized egg. If there is no fertilization, the endometrium will fall off during menstruation. D. Vagina. The vagina is a flexible canal that connects the uterus to the outside of the body. Functions as a birth canal and a place for sexual intercourse. Functions of the vagina, namely, the vagina receives the penis during sexual intercourse and provides a channel for delivering babies during childbirth. The vagina also drains menstrual blood from the uterus. E. Vulva. The vulva is the outer part of the female reproductive system that includes the external organs, such as the labia, vaginal lips, clitoris, and urethral opening. The structure of the vulva consists of 1. Labia majora, namely, large lips that protect the internal reproductive organs. 2. Labia minora, namely, small lips that protect the vaginal opening. 3. Clitoris, namely, a small, very sensitive organ located at the front of the vulva and plays a role in sexual stimulation. 3. Reproductive process, ovulation, namely, every month. The ovaries release mature eggs that are ready to be fertilized, a process known as ovulation. B. Fertilization, namely, if sperm enter the vagina during sexual intercourse. They swim through the cervix to the uterus and fallopian tubes to meet the egg. Fertilization usually occurs in the fallopian tubes. C. Pregnancy, namely, after fertilization. The fertilized egg, zygote, attaches to the uterine wall, where it develops into an embryo and then a fetus. Pregnancy lasts for about 40 weeks. D. Labor, namely, after the fetus is sufficiently developed, the labor process begins with uterine muscle contractions to push the baby out through the vagina. 4. Functions of the reproductive system. A. Production of reproductive cells, namely, male and female reproductive organs produce reproductive cells, sperm and egg cells, needed for fertilization. B. Regulation of sexual hormones, namely, hormones such as testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone regulate the reproductive cycle and secondary sexual characteristics. C. Fertilization and pregnancy, namely, the female reproductive system allows fertilization and supports pregnancy, while the male reproductive system produces the sperm needed for fertilization. D. Childbirth, namely, the female reproductive system is also responsible for the birth process. 5. Disorders of the reproductive system. Some disorders that can affect the reproductive system include A. Infertility, namely, disorders that affect the ability to have children. B. Sexually transmitted diseases, STDs, namely, infections that can be transmitted through sexual intercourse, such as HIV, gonorrhea, and chlamydia. C. Endometriosis, namely, a condition in which the tissue that normally lines the uterus grows outside the uterus, causing pain and reproductive problems. D. Uterine fibroids, namely, benign tumors that grow in the uterus and can cause menstrual or fertility problems.